Okay, so this time we're gonna taste Artisante's Matador blend. Now, see, this is not the first time I'm going to taste this coffee. I have had experienced a bag of this coffee before, and it was really good. So I thought, why not share that experience with you guys? Now, see, the story behind buying that bag is that I was coming back from Srinagar to Kashmir, and eventually, early in the morning, I was sitting in this big SUV, and I was thinking, man, I'm running out of coffee. Perhaps I should order one, and I searched on Google and came across this brand by the name of Artisante. It seemed like a Parisian name, and I just went on the website and I came across this dark roast Matador blend. And when I came across it, I was like, well, I don't like dark roast, but let's read about it. And there was this one catchy line: full bodied and intense, this dark blend lingers long after. So I was like, man, even if it is bold, they say that it is full bodied, and when it is full bodied, it just gives you an overwhelming taste on your palate. Your palate just gets a different kind of taste. So let's not go deep into the rabbit hole of coffee connoisseurs. And I was like, well, let's give it a try. And believe me, guys, the delivery is fast and it reached me in 2 days. And the time I tasted it, it was like, wow, it's not that bitter. The aroma is really good, and I just don't remember the notes properly and don't want to spoil them for you. Let's just open it and make a nice cup of pour over, because see, I know the formal way of tasting a coffee is cupping, but we're not doing something formal here. These vlogs are completely raw, and I just want to keep things raw, and this vlog was specially dedicated to this coffee. So why not just enjoy this coffee the way people would enjoy it at home? And if you want to just know how you can enjoy specialty coffees or any sort of whole bean coffees at home in pour over manner without having any equipments, I would like to say that there would be a link down in description of my friend Rakshit Sharma's channel. He recently started his channel. Go support him, guys, and that would be great for him as well, because he's also interested in coffee, and anybody interested in coffee, I would say go support them. And by the way, my grinder gives some real nice motorcycle exhaust like this. So now it's time to make a nice pour over out of this, and I hope you like this grinder. It is a nice grinder with some, it is a Chinese grinder, by the way, I would be honest with you guys. But yeah, the exhaust note kind of thing you get out of it, like motorcycle. Okay. Honestly, it is a raw coffee aroma which you get out of this coffee. That there's not something special or something really odd about it. But yeah, the aroma, I would like to say, is good. I think it's also dependent on the people who roast their coffee. See, I've seen a lot of people who are roasting to the dark roast point, but their coffees are shit, like complete shit. Now, it's also subjective from person to person. Some people like real bitter coffee, but as people say that everything suits in mediocrity, and if the bitterness goes way beyond the top, it's not that good. And yeah, the aroma is really good. There is a little bit tinge of what you would call as banana aroma in it, along with some light, you can say, when it rains and after the rain you can get that aroma from the soil. That kind of nice aroma you can get out of this coffee. Really good. And I would like to tell you that in 1998, as pioneer in India with iconic Java City coffee, Bangalore, we specially roasted coffees from Chikmagalur and imported the finest coffee from around the world. Inspired by traditional South Indian coffee, we created own Java City roast blend. We were unforgettable. We are back as artisan with curated collection of finest global coffees. So this is what they talk about their brand. So yeah, They not only just get coffee from Chikmagalur and other estates in India, but they import coffee as well. So let's get a nice bloom here. Oh, the bloom is really good. Yeah, it's good. The aroma is really good. I can't get a nice palette in my head to define it. Maybe maybe as if you're getting some warm peanut butter sandwiches, that kind of aroma you get out of it. Okay, just now make a nice cup of pour over straight with all the remaining water. In a clockwise manner, you just pour the water completely uniformly. Here, as you can see. Okay, so let's just swirl it. Now, see, there are people who are coffee nerds. They weigh their coffee beans and then they make in a proper ratio a cup of coffee. But I'm not that kind of person. Yes, I enjoy some good coffee from good coffee houses or good coffee roasters, but that doesn't mean that I measure each and everything in a great precision. Yes, I have this spoon from Hario V60 that gives me a fair amount of idea what sort of measurement I need for my cup of pour over, but beyond that, I don't measure things way too much. That's insanity in my case. Okay, let's see. Let's see the aroma down here. Wow. As always, I said it's giving me that aroma of as if you're walking in an orchard of fresh oranges. I don't know if oranges grow in Nagpur or not, but I assume that if you would go into an orchard of oranges in Nagpur, you'll get this kind of aroma. It's fresh, it's earthy, and along with some after monsoon kind of aroma you get out of it. So yeah, it is beautiful. Okay, we have our nice cup of joe here. Okay. I see. Perhaps I should let it cool down because the first sip was not that great as I expected it, like before I had it, you know. I can remember that that sip I had with the previous bag which I purchased before when I came from Srinagar. It had a different different taste on my palate, but this time it is certainly different. I don't know why. It's much more earthy, like a strong burnt earthiness or woodiness in it. Maybe because it's hot right now and I took a hot sip. Who knows? Okay, it is giving me a slight hint that perhaps I messed up a little bit. Perhaps that could be a possibility. But hey, let's allow it to cool down. Okay, all right. Up to some extent, now I'm catching certain notes. Like I'm getting the note of walnut in it, for sure. That is the very first note I got. And see, I think I have grinded this a little bit much more than it should have been this time, but it is good up to this point. Even it is hot right now. But the very first note that I caught was of walnuts. If you get those walnuts after they have been stored and the hydration has been gone away, and you eat those walnuts like those kernels you get in a packaged manner. That kind of aroma and taste I'm getting out of it at the very first. Swirl it in your mouth. Yeah, the wholeness of the coffee, like they said that you will get a full bodied and intense flavor that I'm getting now. It's not chocolatey, but the cocoa kind of flavor that you get in chocolate, that is what you get at the back of the palate. It is something like that. The harshness of cocoa, the harsh intensity of cocoa, that is something you get at the back of your palate. Okay. See, I would say that if you want to get introduced into dark roasts, like if you are a person, someone like me, who is very much scared of the bitterness of dark roasts and is wanting to get introduced into dark roast coffees, this is one which you will for surely like. I'm not getting all those flavors that I got on the first experience. Perhaps this is the beauty of specialty coffees, that it is not necessary that with every bag, with every roast session, you're gonna get the very similar flavor notes that you got in the previous session. And I'm really sad that I didn't document it my first experience, because those were some real nice prominent notes in which I got some fruitiness. I just forgot which fruit it was, but it was really good, and that's why I ordered this one once again. I wanted to say that, man, you can get some fruitiness in some dark roast as well. Mm. But all in all, yeah, I want to say that it is it is good coffee. After a while, your palate gets used to it, and after your palate gets used to it, now the magic happens. I see it now. It's happening now. The acidity is getting understood. Now you can recognize the acidity that was hidden, because at first you get the harsh bitter punch in your palate, and after that eventually it happens, the magic slowly gets to unfurl. It is like a nice well aged wine that just slowly opens up its flavors to your palate. So it is a well nicely roasted coffee. That is something I want to say right now. And now let's go much deeper. As I once said before, the monsoon earthiness is there, but along with that, certain hints of pomegranate as well. Small certain hints of pomegranate, not much, not less, but small hints of pomegranates. Yeah, guys, I think that's it. I can't get anything more out of it right now. All I got was monsoon soil, you can say some orangish aroma at the nose, and then in at the palate it was little bit of walnuts. At the back of the palate it was some nice intense cocoa, which eventually transformed into acidic nice pomegranate, and along with that somewhat small taste of, you can say, some good burnt woodiness. That is all that I got in this session, and I'm not saying that it won't change eventually. Every time you have a nice cup of coffee, it also depends on the ratios you're having, because this time I just had a nice proper fine grind, and when you grind your coffee very finely, the taste also changes, and the flavor notes you get on the palate eventually gets changed. So that's basically the beauty of tasting a nice specialty coffee. Every time you will get different notes, and every time you can chase different sort of notes. You can reminisce on the previous notes you had in your previous coffee tasting sessions. And believe me guys, this is something I love doing, and I love when you people watch it, and I hope you enjoy these sessions. This is the reason I make these kind of coffees, and that's why today I thought, man, today I'm gonna do a complete raw coffee session with you guys, in which you're gonna enjoy it with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed it guys, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more such coffee vlogs and daily hustle vlogs, which I make out on daily basis. And I just don't know what happened, brain farted. And anyways, just subscribe and stay caffeinated guys. Peace.
Okay guys, so finally I've run 40 minutes for today. Initially I just didn't want to run, but you have to get out and you have to get it done guys. It is what it is, and now I'm feeling good. Stay hard, stay on path. Peace.